Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. Today, I'd like to share with you my story of becoming an entrepreneur. So why you think that I put this first slide on? Be brave to be different. I'm actually the black sheep of the family. I grew up being different, and I always thought, I was the strange one. And one day I said, why not be brave to be different, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So that's the backstory. So I used to live in New Zealand for 6 years. I thought this is a good photo to include because as a hint, my journey to entrepreneur actually started when I moved to New Zealand in 2000. This picture was taken by my best friend. We were in South Island. That was the first time visiting New Zealand, and I was so happy because beautiful, beautiful scenery, and I love photography. So once upon a time, I was a perfect, happy little kid. I was born in Cambodia. My childhood was perfect. And every day, I thought the only fun, to look forward to is play hide and seek with my neighborhood friends after dinner. I had no desire to do well in school or anything in life. That was my utopia. And then, unfortunately, the war struck, and I have to escape to get my freedom. And that is when I started growing up, and I was a very young teenager. I migrated to US, became US citizen. I studied English for the first time. And then math, I found out that I was really good in math, although that when I moved to US, the only math that I remember was addition and subtraction. But then I learned very quickly, and I thought, why not challenge myself? So I actually got a degree in applied math. Fast forward in my career, I started, so after graduating from Berkeley, my first job was a programmer. So I became a software engineer. And then later on, I get into visual effects because of my passion for cinematography. And so then I became a production engineer. And then later on, I became a shader writer and lighting artist, and also eventually a graphics engineer. I always enjoy being a shader writer and a lighting artist because I see life by lights and the material and how things appear, in lights. So I think you probably have seen some of the movies I worked on. One of them is The Lord of the Ring. This is why I moved to New Zealand, and these are the shots that I worked on. And I wrote shaders for it also, like the moth in Gandalf's hand. That is a CG moth. And the fish, of course, Gollum is CG, and the fish that he was eating is also CG. And the lower left is the two looking like we call mammoths, like elephant-like. Yeah, those are all computer generated. So I make it look photoreal, and also I also add lighting to the shot, and same with the one on the top. Yeah. And King Kong, I get to work on King Kong. Yeah, all these flying, creatures, insects, it's all CG. So I not just get to work on beautiful thing, I also get to work on not so beautiful thing. Oh, and this one, Avatar, is one of my favorite projects to work on. This is the first Avatar. I was challenged by coming up with a program that makes the plants look really, really photoreal. And in New Zealand, we don't have that many tropical plants, so you have to be really creative to make things look believable. Yeah, so that was a very fun project to work on. And then later on, I joined Pixar, and starting with Pixar Canada. So I became a shading artist. So it's not just writing shader, I also have to learn how to paint. So I work on Pixar Toy Story shorts, car shorts. And then I also became software engineer again for the Pixar Random team. And then I have credit on Inside Out, Finding Dory, which is my favorite. So that's why I have the poster there. Coco. And I was very fortunate to get invited to give a talk at NASA Goddard Flight Center in Maryland. Believe it or not, that was my first speaking experience. Of course, I was nervous. And I was presenting why Pixar, how propel the evolution of CGI to about 169 people. And of course, some of them are real rocket scientists. And I got to see James Webb Telescope up close. That was me. And this is when I, get to hold the Oscar Award with Director Allen. This is the Oscar Award for Piper. So 2020, the pandemic hit, and I, up to that point, I would just keep going on my jobs. And then that was the first time that I have to stop and think about, what do I really want to do in my life? And I think that happened to a lot of people. So I explored different options, and I decided to take a lesser path and decide to really understand how my body works. So in May 2024, I received a call from my friend Peter that I got reconnected 30 years ago. Before I share the product that he introduced me to, I'd like to read the disclaimer. The information provided in this presentation is intended for your general knowledge only. It is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. Always consult your physician regarding a medical condition. So Peter invited me to a patching podcast, and I was so surprised. Over 200 people show up, and they all have this glow on their face, and they look really happy. I was like, oh, did I missing out? So, and then follow that, I went to LA to attend a family wedding. And it was a big wedding. And this is our biggest reunion after the pandemic. 20 of us staying in an Airbnb. And my uncle, the one in the green polo shirt, he had a stroke previously. And he lived in Austria. So when he came visit, he couldn't call anyone's name, including my auntie's name. Yeah, it was pretty sad. And so Peter gave me some X39 sample, and I thought, okay, why not just try it, right? And of course, some of our families were kind of skeptical, and then there's others that say, okay, let's try it. So my uncle was one of them. So I put the patch on his C7, the back of his neck. And 2 hours later, he was able to call my auntie's name. And my auntie's name is very simple, just Hong. But before he couldn't call her name. I was like, wow. And everybody staying in the Airbnb, they were shocked because they saw the before and after. So my uncle now, this year, he looks great, right? And then my uncle, my auntie, and my mom, the three of them, they all wear LifeWave patches. So back to the story, I called my friend Peter right away with lots and lots of questions. I said, how could this be possible? How come most people never heard of it, right? Well, we tend to think that our doctors have all the answer. So I found out the name of the company is LifeWave, and David Schmidt is actually the inventor of the patch. And also he's the owner and the CEO. So back in 2002, the Navy SEAL needed something to stay, alert, to have in energy, but then they cannot have stimulant or caffeine. So the military asked David Schmidt to come up with a solution. So he came up with the energy enhancer patch. And later on, the Stanford women's swimming team also started using the energy enhancer. So I thought to myself that if the military and the athletes are using the LifeWave patch, that means it had gone through thorough testing, and it's definitely not a placebo, and it has to be clean, has to have no drugs and no stimulant. So, and also it's 100% non-transdermal. That means nothing grows through the skin. So this patch has adhesive, which is in the clear area, and then the opaque area is the organic nanocrystal. So it's not like the real crystal that we think of, but it's made of salt, sugar, water, and amino acid. And what is a light or phototherapy? The easiest way is to, like when you go out to the sun and the sunlight hits our skin, and the body knows it's time to make vitamin D. It's that simple, right? Why not vitamin C? Yeah, our body is very intelligent. We already have what is in the body, what to do and how to heal itself. And the product, of course, is based on science, and the company has over 100 patents and 90 clinical study, and also GHK complex peptide is a very special peptide discovered by Dr. Lauren Picard in 1975. So most doctors probably have not heard of it. And this peptide is responsible for activating stem cell. This is another patch that Lifeway has called the glutathione patch. And look at this customer's story. You can see his face get clear. And this is our team leader, Mossy, 2019 to 2023. She's looking younger and younger. And then the doctor essentially cut his finger, and look at how quickly the finger recovered. And again, the patch does not cure. It's the body doing all the healing. Yeah, so this woman was wearing both the X39 and Ice Wave. So the Ice Wave is a special patch. And stories from a customer. And then horses too. And we know that animals and horses don't lie. So it either works or it doesn't work. And I love horses. So I thought, well, if it's safe for the horse, it's safe for me. So I started wearing it myself. Yeah, because that's the best way to experience it, right? I also wear the glutathione patch because that really helped my allergy. So the X39 is our signature product. It improves energy, whole body wellness, improves strength and stamina, restore balance. And it's patent, no drugs, no stimulant. It's not a supplement either. So if you have not heard of stem cell is the cell type that can turn into any cell types. If, when we inside our mother's womb, we're actually created by stem cell. And they are everywhere. They're in our bone marrow, they're in the brain, blood vessel, heart. So what happens when we age? We will, experience a slow recovery, and this is because our stem cells are going to dormant. Yeah, less energy. We start seeing more wrinkle on our face, and then some of us have joint and bone issue and all that, poor sleep. So I thought, what were my options? Option one is do nothing and let nature take its course, but I don't want to. I want to get better. So, and then I'll pay for stem cell injection. I know, like, my cousin would go to Germany to get stem cell injection, but it's someone else's stem cell. You don't know how it will be, work with your body. And I thought I would try X39 because it's affordable and it's convenient to wear for my busy life. I wear for 12 hours and it's completely non-invasive and it's using my own body light. So how does the light therapy works? Our body actually emits heat in the form of infrared light. We can see in the thermal camera. Yeah, so the patch traps the infrared light when placed on our body, and it causes it to reflect particular wavelength of light. And remember, the nanocrystal is basically acting like a mirror to reflect. Oh, an interesting fact. We have zombie cell in our body, and stem cell removes zombie cell. So doctors and scientists are actually deeply interested in learning about stem cells. So let's ask ChatGPT just for curiosity, why doctors are interested in stem cell and scientists? Because it's regenerative science, and also for tissue repair, replacement, and disease modeling, especially disease that is really hard to find solution. Cell-based therapy, aging research, cancer research, nerve and brain repair. My mom on the left and us on the right, you see the difference? And then my jump rope, before I wear the patch, my jump, I could go up and down, up and down. And then on the right, I could do tricks. You could tell my swing is a lot more powerful. So I found my new life purpose. I'm now a health and wellness entrepreneur. I help people to see light at the end of the tunnel, give them hope to transform their health, to recover years of health problems, to live younger and well, to have better physical performance. And I continue to add values to people's life by introducing them to health mindset options. And I just want you to experience it too. I hope you will come join our Lifeway team. You could email me at chu@allhealth.info. You could try Lifeway product for 30 days. There's no risk, money back guarantee, full refund, and there's no membership, no required ownership, and no starter kit requirement. You could learn more by attending the Patching podcast. And I would like to invite you to join my Facebook group. And you are also invited to be my special guest for my podcast. This one is not related to Lifeway. It's about inspiration and mindset. And remember, our health is an investment, not an expense. Thank you so much for watching this presentation.